This is all a waste. It was not what was meant to happen here. Here, I want to say we see Vinta, Julia. It's hard to see. It's really, really, really tough. I know that I've got some people, I'm just going to ramble here so you can see some of this. I know I've got some people who do read what's written, and don't worry, that's going to show up in the next review because it's just so difficult to read.
The pen for today is an Esterbrook Esty. And now that we know my opinion on this ink, let's see how I got there by looking at the first writing sample done on Clairfontaine.
The tone on the Clairfontaine paper is basically the same thing we saw before, as in really we can't see it. This is a horrific ink that I'm going to give a minute or two of talking, not really that long, but I'm going to give a short time of talking because I do know that some people are looking at this. This is a shimmering ink, and I don't really, I mean, shimmer does come through. I'm going to say the ink's pink, but boy, I can't even take my notes with this. This is absolutely a horrific ink, and I don't really want to wish this on anybody. Looking at the back of the page between the wiggling fingers, you know, we didn't see it on the front. We can't see it on the back.
Vinta makes more than just one ink. So let's take a look at a few other inks from Vinta.
Here is Vinta La Union. Here is Vinta Tala.
Here is Vinta Teal Andrada.
Here is Vinta Leti.
There's a lot to be learned by doing multiple chromatographies. The one on the left is done the way it's supposed to be done. A line of ink is put down to immediately put into water to show the separation of those colors making the ink. Now the one on the right is marked with a D. This is allowed to dry for 10 minutes before it's put into water. Resistance tests are done to see how well this ink can be expected to perform on the page, and more importantly, how hard it may be to clean from your pen. Now the smear is allowed to dry for 3 days before testing it. In the upper left, you can see where there is highlighter. In the upper right, that is pen flush. The lower left has a 1/3 bleach solution, and the lower right has plain old water. With over 1,000 inks reviewed, let's take a look at a few more pink inks.
Here is Lamy Vibrant Pink. Here is Pilot 100th Anniversary Pink. Here is Diamine Pink Glitz. Here is Ackerman, their number 20.
While it's nice to see inks that are in the same color family, I prefer to find inks that complement the color on the page.
Here is Diamine Violet.
Here is Visconti Black.
Here is Geherban Terre de Fouille. Here is Krishna Pencil.
So what nib and pen do I think are going to give the best writing experience with this ink?
I will say that there's the possibility that my choosing the fine Esterbrook for this was something that contributed to it. So off camera, I did try this in a very wet broad, and let's just say things didn't improve from here. This is fairly well what I got, and to say I'm disappointed is spot on. It's not even an understatement. I'm just going to leave it as disappointed.